What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Ranger game reaction. Rangers take a win. They win here tonight, 5-3 against the Buffalo Sabres. Huge win, huge, important win, really important considering things got very shaky and very fast with this game, and I did not like the way they played at some parts of the game. I thought that some of the guys had terrible games tonight. I thought they made Buffalo, for a team that has lost 13 straight games, now 14, look way too good and made them look better than their record actually shows. That was just a game that they should have been way better in, but you take the 2 points no matter how you get them. But this was not a pretty way to get it. I know that I'm basically saying you gotta beat Buffalo as much as you can, slaughter them like Philly. I'm not asking for that, but you can't let this game slip out of your hands for any moment, just like they did twice this game. The beginning of the second period and the beginning of the third period were nightmares for the Rangers, and Buffalo looked like at the beginning of those periods that they were going to win this game. The Rangers outshot them 40-19. So Kincaid had one great save. I can't really blame him, honestly, for really any of the goals. That Cousins goal was just really nice. I'm pretty sure I even tweeted it. If not, I texted my friend about it. I'm like, yeah, it was a nice goal and everything. Because that was a good goal. Kincaid really couldn't do much on any of those, but you can't let this game slip out. There was a bad line change on that Skinner goal. Like, what the hell are you doing there? And Keandre Miller has been concerning me lately. Keandre Miller has honestly not been that great lately compared to the beginning of the season. The beginning of the season, he was making all the right decisions and everything. Lately, he's been getting too up on the forecheck there, which is causing odd man rushes the other way, like I addressed before. If you're going to jump up on the rush, you got to be able to get back quicker than that. Making poor line changes during certain times. He just hasn't been the best lately compared to what we saw at the beginning of the season. And it's a little concerning, if I'm being honest with you guys, that he has honestly not been as great as he was earlier on. The third line that ended up getting broken up at some point during the game was great, though. I mean, even when Kakko moved up to the second, that third line was still doing great. Lafreniere had a great game. There was one play where he dangled the defender really well. Really liked that play. Kakko looked great tonight. Hedl had a pretty good game, except he's got to learn. There's way too many times where he's crashing towards the net. Lafreniere or Kakko find him, give him a great pass, and he just overskates it every time. He's got to learn to stop at the net and stop at the right places. But overall, still great game for him. Blackwell, I think, was the one that ended up moving that third line. Great game for him. Great game all around for the most part, because to be honest, that, like I said, Keandre Miller, sorry, I blanked there for a second, did not have, in my opinion, the best game. Just my opinion about it. In the first period, Gauthier ends up taking Hutton out of the game early before he could even really face any shots. I mean, he only faced 2 shots on goal, then got taken out of the game because you would think it's 2014, seeing a tweet that a Ranger player injured a goalie and then Tokarski's coming into the net. Sounds familiar, huh? Sounds familiar to 2014, right? I ended up tweeting about that. So he gets taken out of the game early. The Rangers, they could have put more pressure on, but not a bad first period. The beginning of the second period, I don't know what happened. They played awful, though. They disappeared for a while. Kakko ends up finally scoring, though, to tie it at 1, because the Sabres ended up scoring first, and then Kakko gets a assist from Panarin, and they ended up showing that before during that commercial break or whatever. They ended up drawing out a game plan or whatever, and then it ended up working, which was really, really nice to see. Nice to see that they drew up a game plan and then it just ended up working. Sorry about that. But in terms of the power play did good tonight. I don't know if we should be going crazy because it's Buffalo, but you go 2 for 3 on the power play. Hey, not too shabby. It's a good way to build your confidence up. Kakko's got to have some more confidence after that win. Also, speaking of which, Kreider ends up scoring that power play goal first, and then Fox scores later in the period. And you go into the intermission 3-1, thinking, shut her down. And then, nope, at the beginning of the third, Cousins and Skinner end up scoring goals for Buffalo, and the Rangers look flat. You get concerned, but not even that long after, Kreider then says, no, I got you guys. Captain Kreider, not officially the captain, but the captain in our hearts, scores, and then Kakko ends up burying the empty netter. Rangers win 5-3. What a great win. What a great win to an extent. You could have been better out there, but a great win. And you know what else is great? Fade grips. If you want to be able to be a pro gamer just like me, even though we don't game here really on the channel, if you want to be a pro gamer just like me and you're playing on console, go ahead and click the link in the description and use my code Python to get yourself some fade grips, and it will save you 20% off, and it is definitely worth it. So go check that out. For Buffalo, their power play apparently has been great during this season. Apparently, that's the best part of their game, and even then, that was bad. I mean, it could be because our penalty kill is great, but not too sure. Not too sure if it's that. But overall, like I said, this game it could have went way better than it did for the Rangers. Face-off wise, they lost. You shouldn't be losing in any categories to the Buffalo Sabres. I don't care what it is. But overall, again, you can't complain when you come out with the 2 points. You can't. And unfortunately for us, the Islanders and the Flyers ended up going to overtime. And now the Flyers ended up getting a point out of that game. And we are at 32 points. So we're slowly creeping back in there. Boston's been out with they have their protocol problems and everything. I don't want to say the word there, that's why. But they have a lot of guys out right now, so they haven't been playing any games because of it. So you got to catch up, and then games in hand they're going to obviously have, but you got to make sure when you play Boston next, you win those games and you put a dent on their season. Have to. You have to make sure of that. So let's get into the Twitter questions tonight. Sorry, was just pulling them up there quickly for this. So we got 10NYR with another question. Thank you for sending that in. Thoughts on Kakko tonight? Kakko was great tonight. This was a huge game for him because he even has mentioned lately how he's not felt the same since coming off the list, the protocol list and everything. He hasn't felt the same. He's felt sluggish and everything. This is a huge confidence booster, and this is also a huge step in the right direction for him. This is just overall in general a huge game for him, and hopefully he builds on it and it gave him the confidence that it should. New York Style 24 says, thoughts on Kincaid's fabulous save? I mean, it was a great save. Great save. Don't really know what else to say with it. But, yeah, he made a great save. Like I said, don't know what else to say about that. New York Style 24 also said, thoughts on how everyone played? Everyone played great except for at certain points. I thought that Kakko, Lafreniere, and Panarin also. I thought the top six, except for Buchnevich, had a great game tonight. I thought that Keandre Miller on defense wasn't too great. Overall, Buchnevich and Miller were probably the worst out of everyone tonight. But even then, I can't really complain because they didn't play that bad. It's not like they were terrible to that degree. So can't really be mad about that. Also, do want to say I found it funny the Ranger fans chanting "We want Eichel" when Eichel wasn't even in the building. Found that funny. I doubt Eichel's even watching the games. I don't know how you could even watch your own team play when they are this bad, that being the Buffalo Sabres. So overall, it's still going to be a test if we want to get to the playoffs. So hopefully we could keep stacking on these wins. And this was a confidence booster. Next, we're off for the next 2 nights. And then we head on down to Philly. And those are huge games again. You win the next 2 games against Philly, then you're in a playoff spot. You're sitting 4th. If you win these next 2 games against Philly, Philly's falling down. Boston's falling down the standings. And it's a huge step in the right direction. Actually, no, if we do win these next 2, we would be actually 5th. I was wrong about that because Boston does, I believe, have tiebreakers right now since they have less losses in the season. But either way, passing Philly would be huge, so winning these next 2 games is crucial. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and that's been Python. I'm out. Peace.